Good morning and welcome to another day in my life. It is Thursday, May 27th. It's my parents' anniversary, my dad and my stepmom's anniversary, and I am getting ready for work. I'm hosting, I don't know if that's the right, moderating, I guess is the right word, an event today at work, and so I actually feel like I need to get ready. My hair is in good shape. I had curled it last night for lattes with Laken, and I just ran a brush through it. It still looks good. So I'm just gonna put on a little bit of makeup. But what I wanted to tell you about, which is why I turned the camera on to kick this vlog off, is this new sunscreen that I just bought. I know you're gonna be really surprised, but I learned about it from Jessica Braun. She did a whole like sunscreen showdown. So I now have 3 open sunscreens. We're just gonna talk sunscreen. So the one that I have been using for the longest that I do like is this 70 SPF from Neutrogena. This leaves a little bit of a white cast, so I definitely wouldn't wear this when I'm getting pictures taken. And it's the highest sunscreen, so I definitely would wear this if I'm gonna be like in more severe sun, like when I go down to Texas, or if I don't know, go to the Caribbean or whatever. My all-time favorite sunscreen is this Supergoop matte screen. I struggle to pay this much money for sunscreen, but this is the best under makeup. This is the best sunscreen under makeup for me and my skin. I tend to lean more oily, so this one is the best. Okay, this one, the new one that we're talking about. So this is from the drugstore, so it's a much better price point, and it's got a little bit of a tint to it. And the reason that I bought it, which you can tell it's not really working, is to give my face a little bit of coverage. So we're going out of town this weekend with friends to a lake, and so we're not going super far south, so I'm not like super concerned about the sun levels, intensity, but I wanted something that had a little bit of coverage because my skin has been breaking out, and so I thought, like, if I get something that's got a little bit of a coverage, I can just throw this on during the day and I'll feel good. Well, it doesn't really give that much coverage. I mean, maybe a little bit on like the actual, I don't know, my forehead and my cheeks, but like the actual blemishes that I have on my face, it's not doing anything for those, and I still feel like I've got like dark circles under my eyes. So I don't know. It also applies very oily. It does, like, once it sinks in a little bit, it's not near as bad. When I first put it on the first time, I was like, what? Like, this is not gonna work for me. So it does dry down. I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying it. I'm gonna keep seeing if I like it. I could see if I didn't have a bunch of breakouts, maybe this being a good like weekday sunscreen when I want a little bit of coverage if I've got some work Zoom calls, but I don't want to put on like a full face of makeup, in which I would use this one to go under my makeup. This is the one I use when I'm not like doing anything. I don't care about anything else, but this one's almost gone. So I don't know, because this one's not cheap either. This is also drugstore, but it's not cheap either. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I hate admitting that I didn't start wearing sunscreen regularly until like, I don't know, 2 years ago maybe, which is not, it's not good. Sunscreen is like the best way to protect your skin. So wear sunscreen, start every day. Even if you're not leaving the house, like the sun is coming in through the windows, like wear sunscreen every day. But I wish someone had told me that, and not just told me, because I'm sure someone did tell me that when I was like in my 20s, but told me, and like, I don't know, just told me in a way that would have made me listen. Because I don't know what it was in my late 20s when I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna start wearing sunscreen every day. And it was probably part of like the routine. Like I actually got into a skincare routine and putting on moisturizer every day too. I wish I'd been doing that since my early 20s as well. Hello, it is lunchtime and I have changed clothes because I wanted to share this new sweatshirt that I just got. I've actually had it for a couple days. Well, I've had the package for a couple of days, but I'm just now opening it and trying it on because I was waiting to do it when I was vlogging so I could share it. So this sweatshirt is from Chloe at I don't know if she says it Chloe Tree Plans or Chloe Try. I'll pop up her handle on the screen, her Instagram handle. But she released a line of apparel. And so there is a t-shirt, like a normal short sleeve t-shirt. There is a zip up hoodie. And then I just got the like classic crew neck sweatshirt. So it's black. It is like a unisex fit. So just like I talked about Vanessa's sweatshirt that I got, was that the last vlog or the vlog before last? I got the large because it was a unisex fit. Same thing. I got the large here. It's perfect size for me, and it's super soft on the inside. I love the way it feels on the inside. And then the design is actually embroidered on here. It's not just like an iron on or a print on, like it is embroidered on here. It just feels so luxurious and high quality, and it says dream, plan, hustle. And I love that. I love the sentiment, and I love supporting other women in this planner community who are designing and creating unique products that represent them and their dreams and going after these big things. It just makes me very happy. Like, that's where I want to shop from. That is where I want to buy a new sweatshirt from, not like Old Navy. Although that's my example. I'm expecting an Old Navy package today that I'm hoping to share with you if it gets here in time. I ordered it during a sale, hoping it would get here before our trip this weekend that I need to pack for. But anyways, I'm just really, really excited about this. And I'm thinking I might also need the t-shirt, because when I ordered this, it wasn't that long ago. It wasn't like I ordered it and it was cold out, but I was thinking about like being cozy and comfy, and really I'm just a sucker for a crew neck sweatshirt. And so I'm not a big hoodie person. I don't know, I just don't like hoodies, and I just always love myself a long sleeve crew neck sweatshirt. So when those are the things that she released, I was like, that's the one that I want. But now that it's summer and it's getting hotter out and I'm wearing a lot more t-shirts, even with the air conditioning on in here, I still typically go for a t-shirt. I think I also need the t-shirt. Anyways, I will leave her shop link down below if you want to check out her products and support a fellow planner girl, woman. I feel like we say planner girl a lot, but we are women. Planner women. Anyways, the other thing I got in the mail is not really all that exciting, but I'm gonna share it with you because I just want to remind you of something. So this is my new daily Plum paper planner. Yes, I got another one because I needed to get one that had no headers. Okay, I can't make up my mind. I'm trying something else. I'm trying to figure out something else for this section. There's a plan with me coming soon that I'll talk about it a little bit more, but I need no headers. And I wanted to try and get back on a regular cycle, because when I first got my very first one of these Plum paper daily planners, it was last year. I ordered it, I think in April. I did a video on it in May, and it didn't start till July. And I was like, I'm gonna use this one from July through December, and then I will get a new one for January through June, and I will get a new one every 6 months. If you've been around, I've gotten them way more frequently than every 6 months because I keep getting different headers on them. And I wanted to just get back to a 6-month set that makes sense. So I don't remember when my current one ends, but it has headers that I'm not using on it. I'm crossing them off every time. And so I'm gonna use that one till the end of June, and then I'm gonna start this one without headers in July, and I'm gonna stick with this one through the rest of the year because I can write my own headers, and then I'll get a new one in January that's got no headers, so on and so forth. But the thing I really want to talk to you about, first off, I always cut this plastic piece off. It just gets way too dirty and scratched up, and I just don't like it. I really like the cover that I picked. I hardly ever get my covers from Plum Paper customized. I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like their customization style. I forgot to ask them to make the cover removable. So the Plum Paper covers can be removable if you ask them to, and they will have it snipped, and I forgot to do that. So I think I'm gonna snip this myself, which I've done before. I've done that with a cover before, because I don't want the same cover for 6 months, and I have a lot of covers that I like also. So I think I'm gonna snip it myself. Maybe not quite yet, but I'm here to remind you that if you order from Plum Paper, the covers can be removable, but you have to put it in the note section. There's not an option that you select for it, which is very frustrating. So that's my latest Plum Paper order. Hopefully my Old Navy order arrives today and I can share that with you as well. One more thing to talk about, and then I need to head to the library. And that is my one little word project. So if you're not interested in one little word, jump ahead. But I shared a couple vlogs ago the progress that I made on April and May. And then in June, to finally get all caught up, I'm doing March and June. And the reason I saved March for June is because the March prompt for one little word is always practice, or you select a habit where you are embracing your word of the year through something that you are doing every single day. And I knew that May was going to be a little bit all over the place and we were going to be traveling, and so I saved it for June because we're not going anywhere in June, and so I realistically could do this every single day. And I was debating what the action was going to be. If you don't know, the word that I've chosen for my one little word project is brave, which is different than the word I chose in December when I was working on my power sheets, which was trust. I think there's a lot of similarity there, being brave is trusting myself, but I'm really focusing on the word brave. And I played around with a lot of different ideas, doing one thing every day that was out of my comfort zone. I liked the idea from its obvious applicability in terms of the word. Like, it really was going to be the best way for me to embrace my word. But I was afraid that by having something where every day is different, I was either going to get overwhelmed trying to pick something every day, or I was going to pick something that I would have done anyway, and I wasn't really like being extra brave. I was just doing something that I would have done anyway. I had a couple other ideas that I played around with, but I decided to go with meditation. And the reason is it's something that I've always wanted to incorporate more, but have never been able to really stick with it. And I think part of it is I've never really, every other time I've tried to do meditation, number one, I have never had like a consistent morning and evening routine for me to add meditation into. And number two is I have never had guided meditation that I actually liked. I tried both Calm and Headspace, and not that it's bad, but I just never really enjoyed it. Well, I finally tried out one of the Peloton meditations through the Peloton app, which you can sign up for even if you don't have a bike or a treadmill, by the way. And I really enjoyed it. Like their guided meditations, I just feel like are a lot more like real people. Like they just felt very relatable. And so the other thing I love about the Peloton meditations is they have themes. And so one of the regular themes in the Peloton meditations is courage. And so what I did was I went through and I favorited or saved every Peloton meditation on courage that's 5 or 10 minutes. And there's 37. So there's more than enough to get me through the month of June. So if I start one and I absolutely hate it, I have 7 chances to skip over them because there are 37 total. And let's be real, I'm probably not going to do it every day, and that's okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be something like, the more you do it, the more valuable it is, as with any habit or practice. But if I don't do it every single day, there's still going to be benefits for me and my journey with the word brave. So that is what I've decided to do. So I thought I would just quickly show you. This is like the printout that came with the kit. And so up at the top, it's got a section that's got Monday through Sunday. And so, you know, June 1st starts on Tuesday. I haven't decided if I'm going to use like stickers there or if I'm just going to check it off with a pen. I typically use a Papermate Flare for all of my one little word stuff. And so then this section says this month I will practice, and I just wrote bravery through mindfulness. Every day I will do a 5 to 10 minute guided meditation on courage. And then over here it has where you put your reason why. Of course, now the sun went down and now the lighting is even darker. That's just where we're at. That is when filming with natural lighting gets frustrating, is when the clouds move and the lighting changes, but I love the natural lighting. Anyways, so for my reason why, I wrote, I've always wanted to do regular meditation, but have always been afraid. And that, when I thought about that, that's when it really clicked for me that this was a good action or practice related to brave, because avoiding meditation was a scared thing for me. Like, I felt like with my personality and my ability to sit still and to think that, like, not think, right? That's really what it's about. I just have always been afraid to consistently do it. So this is outside my comfort zone, and I'm excited to embrace it. So the thing I haven't decided, so I'm putting this on my, so I have this on a magnet on my calendar that's right above my desk so I can see it every day and it can remind me. That's not enough to remember, for me to remember to do a habit, like seeing it right there. I need to incorporate it into one of my routines, and I am debating whether I'm going to do it in my morning routine or my evening routine. And by the time this video goes up, it will already be into June, and so I will already have had to make a decision. But if you've been around, you know that I get a lot of benefit from talking out loud, like thinking out loud while I talk. So I'm going to start talking about what I'm thinking and see if it comes to me while I'm chatting with you. So the pros of the morning are that I'm way more likely to do it because my morning routine is much more consistent than my evening routine. I am less likely to fall asleep if I'm doing it in the morning. The cons are, I already have so many things that I'm trying to do in the morning. So is adding one more layer, and there's the sun again. Is adding one more layer going to just add more to my morning routine and that I don't need? And also, well, I'll get to that when I talk about the evening. So then, pros of it being in the evening, there's a lot of benefits. I've heard this a lot recently about your mindset before you fall asleep and having those thoughts be in your subconscious or your unconscious, subconscious, whatever, while you're sleeping. So I've been thinking about that, the benefit of doing it then. Again, the negative is that I am not as consistent with my evening routine, and it's very possible that I fall asleep, and I don't like to have my phone in the bedroom. You know what, if I do it at night, I can't do it in bed. I would have to do it either in the living room or like in here. Maybe I like lay on the rug in here, because then I put my phone away in this room. So maybe that's what I do. Maybe I try it there, because I do think doing it at night is helpful and beneficial. So maybe I do it in here. If I'm not in the bedroom, I'll be way less likely to fall asleep, and I'll start with it. And then if I find that I'm not doing it regularly because I'm not doing it, like because I'm not doing my evening routine, then I'll move it to the morning. And maybe on the weekends I will for sure do it during the morning, because I just don't do my evening routines on the weekends. So Friday, at least Friday and Saturday mornings, it needs to be a morning activity. Anyway, thanks for letting me talk that out. I think I kind of answered my own questions there. Hi, Charlie just hopped on my lap. Can you say hi? Sweet girl. I think that's it. I am gonna head to the library now. All right, I love the sweatshirt, but it is definitely too hot for a sweatshirt today. I definitely am gonna sweat headed to the library. But I just have to say that that is one goal that I feel, the lighting out here. Trying to keep up with the sunlight and all that is gonna be tough. The one goal that I have totally crushed and stayed on top of this year is not buying any books. I made a deal with myself at the end of last year that I would not buy books in 2021. I have so many books that I own that I want to read. That is from a space standpoint, from a financial standpoint, it's just like, I just didn't need to buy books in 2021. So I have been getting all my books from the library. For fiction books, it's totally fine. Like I don't miss like owning those books. So I read all the fiction books that I own, and now I actually don't think I own any physical in-person fiction books anymore. I've donated everything that I finished. So fiction books, not a big deal. I've been renting those from the library. It's totally fine. I just, whatever comes up next on my hold list. Those I also don't mind reading the digital version. So I'll rent the ebook, download that to my Kindle, and read the digital version. Non-fiction books is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So most of the year I've been reading books that I actually own, that I need to read, like non-fiction books that I already own. But I also have been renting some from the library when I hear somebody talk about them, and I get really excited, and I'm like, that's something I want to read like right now. And that has happened where somebody has talked about a non-fiction book, and old Laken would have just immediately gone to Amazon and bought that book and got it. And I told myself that if that happened where I got a book from the library and I absolutely loved it, and it was like a nonfiction book that I wanted to eventually own, then I can add it to a gift idea list for myself, and I could eventually own that book. And if I loved it so much after renting it at the library that I then wanted to physically own it, then I could reread it. Like, it must be a book I love enough that rereading it wouldn't be a bad thing in order to have like highlights and whatnot inside of it. So that's just how it's been working. I also think for me, I have learned that I am really good at all or nothing. Like, I am good at the extreme of none, zero, no, not buying. So it's not even like, it just hasn't been an issue, because when a new book pops up, I add it to my Goodreads list, or I go add it to my holds list at the library, and that's it. It's also been really good to get me out of the house to go to the library every time I need to drop books off or pick books up. So today I'm returning 2 fiction books that I finished reading, and then I'm also picking up at least 1. I got an email for 1, and then 2 of them say that they're in transit, because the thing about the New York City library system is a lot of times it's not that you have to put the book on hold, but the book is at a different location. And so it doesn't say that it's here yet, but sometimes it is. So I have no idea how many books I'm going to be picking up today, but I just wanted to share that, and also try to get back into doing this outside, because pre-shutdown I did this a lot, and very comfortable, didn't care who looked or whatnot, but I'm out of practice, and so I definitely am not as comfortable as I was before. So something that I'm trying to get back to. All right, so yes, there was 2, the one that I got the email about, and then another one. So the first one I got is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which was Cindy's fiction book club pick for Q1, and I put it on hold then when she announced it in like January, February, and I just got it. That is how long it took. I was like in the 300s on the wait list for this one. So I'm excited for that one. And then the other one is, oh, are you gonna be able to see that? F Your Diet by Chloe Hillard. So this is a nonfiction book that I heard on a podcast and was like, ooh, I wanna read that like right now. The podcast I was listening to was Losing 100 Pounds, I think is what it's called. I talked about it in my Q1 favorites video. Corinne Crabtree is the host, but she was talking about this book and reviewing it, and she had lots and lots of good things to say about it. So this one came pretty fast. Like I put it on hold and it's already here. All right, I still have a few hours left of work, but we just got out of a company-wide town hall, and I mentioned this on a live that the anticipation was that during this town hall we were going to get a lot more information about our future work from home arrangement. I also mentioned on that live, I actually mentioned on Instagram first, that starting in June, so next month, a couple of days away, there's a voluntary option for you to go back to the office if you would like to. I am not volunteering, I like working from home, so I'm gonna continue to work from home, but the return to work plan for our company is starting after Labor Day. They did not explicitly say like the Tuesday after Labor Day. They said it's after Labor Day, and they will add clarification to that as it gets closer. So it may not be the immediate week after, but something around there. Everybody in the company, unless you already had, like there were people that already had a work from home arrangement pre everything shutting down. If that's not you, if you worked in the office full time, now it is going to be a 3-2 schedule, and you do not get to pick your days. It is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the office, Monday, Friday, work from home. I just thought that was so interesting because I don't know, it feels interesting. Obviously there's a lot of logic and reasoning in deciding that that's what they're gonna do, but that is the plan starting in September, that we are gonna go back into the office Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So interesting. I don't really know how I feel. I mean, I literally just got the information and I'm sharing it with you, so I'll let that digest a little bit. There were tons of different, like the rumor mill going around about what people thought it was gonna be, and so just interesting to see kind of how it shook out. All right, I'm done with work and just got off of a call with someone who was helping me with some wedding planning stuff, which was really exciting. I mentioned this in a live, but I finally got my like wedding planning mojo back. It just took that one action, that one thing. I had to do one thing, and once I did that, the motivation came, and not motivation, momentum. The momentum showed up. It's like the analogy I used in that live is like rolling a boulder down a hill. I just had to get that boulder started, and now I'm just like on a roll, and I'm doing lots of wedding things, lots of emails. It makes me happy again. I just feel excited again. I've got a bunch of wedding magazines that I'm taking with us this weekend because our friends that we're going away with this weekend, they're also engaged. So it's just super fun. So I grabbed some magazines for her and I to read in the car, and I'm just excited. So what I turned on the camera to say, I'm about to sit down and do my communication routine, is everything happens for a reason. And I've said that a million times. But one of the things that I need to do before I go out of town this weekend is post the Patreon monthly calendar. So there are a couple of events every month as part of the Patreon community. There's a silent co-working, there's the goal session, and then there's the $10 groups live Q&A. And I already knew what day of the week or date was going to be the $10 up Q&A, but I hadn't scheduled the time, and I've been putting off the calendar. That was like one of the things on my list this week that has been there since Monday, and it's finally Thursday. I'm gonna get to it tonight. I had not finalized the time, and I just got a message. The person I've been talking about for months about her fitness classes, that I love her online fitness classes, Justina, she is doing an in-person fitness class, and it was originally scheduled for this weekend, and I wasn't gonna be able to make it because I was gonna be out of town, and it has been postponed to later in the month, or till June, actually not later this month, like next month, because of rain this weekend, because it's an outdoor fitness class, because that's where we're at right now. And it's the same day as that Patreon call, which is totally fine. I can do both of them. The class is at 9:30 in the morning, but I'm gonna push the call back to a little bit later than what I had originally planned. And I just, in my head, I'm thinking that's why I kept putting it off. I kept putting it off all week because I was waiting for this information that I didn't know was coming. The information came. I'm gonna go to the class at 9:30, and then I'm going to have the call later in the afternoon instead of at 11, which is what I was originally planning. So anyways, I just felt like I wanted to share that with you. Okay, I feel like I've spent a lot of this day chatting with you from the spot on my desk, and I'm still here, and it's almost 7 o'clock because I just have been powering through it. Another wedding phone call, and then I did some PlanwithLaken stuff I'm still not done, and I haven't even thought about packing. And so I think what I need to do is close out this vlog so that I can like start just powering through a to-do list and not think about, oh, I want to share this or I want to share that. This may have not been the best day to pick for a day of my life this week. But earlier this week, I was also just like really tired. We had a very, very busy weekend. Let me know if you can relate. Depending on where you live and your availability for the vaccine. Hi, Charlie. Charlie, want to come say hi? She's so cute. Now that pretty much all of our New York friends have their vaccine, their second dose of the vaccine, everybody's kind of just getting back to normal, and everybody is like, let's do this, let's make plans. And so last weekend I had plans Friday, all day Saturday and Sunday, and I am an extrovert and I love to see my friends, and I love to especially after this whole year, right? Especially after not seeing friends, it's so nice to hug people, and it's so nice to get out and do things. But it wore me out and I was exhausted. It was just a lot. Just come onto my lap. Just come on. There we go. Okay. I was just exhausted. It was just a lot, and I feel like it's taken me until today to like get my energy back this week. And of course now it's back, and now I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna go on vacation again. But this weekend should be very relaxing, and I will hopefully not feel quite so drained to kick off next week. So anyways, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this vlog here. If you wanna let me know down in the comments, what are some pieces of my day that I may forget to show you on these videos, or is there something, a specific topic that you would like me to try and cover in one of the future day in the life videos? I would love to hear your thoughts. So one last thing. Also, I did not show you my Old Navy haul that I ordered online. It did not get here, which I'm very frustrated because I paid for expedited shipping for it to get here in time. It did not get here in time. I ordered a bunch of stuff. They were having a big sale, and there was one thing in particular that they did not have at my store, so I decided to just order a bunch online, and I would just return whatever I didn't want to keep in store, but it didn't get here before my trip, so oh well. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I'm gonna start it all over, sorry. It is lunchtime and I am back. I'm really liking how like I feel like I'm back. And I just loved so I'll rent the e-Burk because hold on, I'm about to get hit by a car.